Yo, this is David Omari. Appreciate you guys tapping into the #1 young adult podcast in the world. I'm a YouTube automation expert, and I've literally blew up so many channels, accumulating to over 1 billion views. So the game I'm about to give on this podcast is about to be crazy, and I can't wait for you guys to tap in. Let's go. So they lowered the YouTube partner program monetization threshold. So instead of you having 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours, it's 500 subs, 3,000 watch hours. Now you get access to all the monetization features except for the ad revenue. That comes when you get the real like threshold of 1,000 and 4,000. So yeah, that's crazy.
Dang, that's good.
It's really good because now it's mad channels I got that's like 500-800 subs that can get monetized right now.
Right.
So I have a channel. Well, my channel is at, it's like, I don't know, maybe 2,300 subs. But
That's good.
it's not monetized. But I think that's because I really don't be on there. Yeah, exactly. Like all my views, even though I posted more stuff, all my views still come from that same video that did well a while ago. Yeah. And that's where I think a lot of my subscribers come from too. But
yeah, since I've been getting back consistent on my channel, it's been working out. Cause the sub count on my channel is 59 or 57,000 right now. And I took like a 2-year break, but now I'm back on there and it's running up like the analytics with the shorts. That's good. And then I've been posting like 1 video a week and it's been working out.
That's perfect.
Yeah. I had ran up like 200 with regular videos, the long form videos, but now I'm at like almost 600 with shorts. So I feel like now when I post a long form video,
it's like this favoring the shorts.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know how that be. Nah, I mean, y'all doing good though, cause like a lot of people get on there and they just, they kind of just it didn't work and they give up. But nah, just like it's really a consistent game. Like how bro said, like if you got a schedule, you posting once a week, you gotta treat it like a TV show almost. Yeah. It's YouTube channel, TV channel. If you consistently uploading with it, like people gonna rock with you. And I definitely need to take my own advice on my like face channel because I got a whole face channel. But my biggest thing was like I no longer have time to edit the videos, but I just got an editor. Moose found me an editor, so I got really used to being in front of the camera and just snapping off at the top of the dome. Yeah,
that's good. That's something that we're all working on.
Yeah,
the more you do it, you get more comfortable.
I feel like
how the conversation we're having that's easy. Like this just you don't even act like the camera's there.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's easier being on camera with people because you're more
comfortable.
And it's like when you're looking at a camera talking like, "Hey y'all,"
up,
it's like, who am I talking to? It just feels weird.
That's the thing too, though. Like when I started YouTube, I was like, I had my voiceovers going, and I was doing like the voiceovers, and I had 0 subscribers.
Oh yeah, I would do the voiceover.
I literally just act. I swear, I literally would just act like I'm talking to millions of people, and then I just waited till they showed up.
Yeah.
And see, I feel like for me, because it just didn't feel like an organic conversation with somebody, I would just like, I just feel like I would switch my personality. Like it didn't really feel like I was acting like myself. And so that's crazy.
That was different for me because when I was in front of the camera by myself, I would choke up. You know how we talked about how y'all ever record a video and then you'll say something and then you'll restart and try to say it again.
Oh,
and I'll keep doing that. That's the only problem.
Hey, y'all.
What's good, y'all? I still do that to this day. Like I'll be choking up a little bit, but I always have in the back of my mind like, oh, I'm editing the video, so I know how to like read the audio. Like I know how to read audio tracks. Like I know how to like.
Oh yeah, when it goes down.
I know all of that. I know how to. I literally can see where I messed up.
Yeah,
and then I can cut it out, and then it's a great skill to have because like my whole like course and everything, I edited the whole thing myself. Like I had my videographer shoot it, but I edited the whole thing.
How long did it take you?
It took me a day to shoot it.
How long to edit?
Probably like 2 days.
What do you edit off of?
Final Cut.
Yeah, Final Cut is
where it's at.
Premiere
is where it's at, but I never got that far. That's where I outsourced. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It just got too complicated. I'm like, bro, what?
I think that's where I'm at. I'm gonna start
Premiere is
outsourcing.
good though.
Yeah.
Premiere is good though.
You know, with the overlays and screens and all of that stuff, they have more features for Premiere, but Final Cut, it just helped get the job done. For real.
Final Cut is low key like an upgraded iMovie. Like
for
you
real,
start on iMovie,
I always
just playing with it, and then like you get on Final Cut and it's like the same exact thing, but it's like more you can do. And that's why I really liked it, and that's why like I use it for like just simple projects like audio and video tracks, cutting them out and just adding simple transitions. But it's really good.
Not me still using iMovie.
He just threw her under the bus.
As long as they get done. We're here with David Omari. He's doing his thing in the content creation space.
Yes.
I don't know who you are.
Hey man, what's going on, y'all? David Omari here. You know what I'm saying? YouTube automator, YouTube automation expert. I basically teach people how to get on YouTube without showing their face or creating any videos. I've been on the platform for over a decade. Gained over 1 billion views on all my channels in total. I made multiple millions of dollars from YouTube, and so I'm here today to get a game back. So
period.
Get it. We about to get some content creation.
No, for real. So how many channels do you have?
So in total, since I started, probably about 30 to 40 channels. Now I currently only focus on probably 5 to 7 of them.
That's good.
Yeah. Why the drop? Well, why go from 40 to 5?
YouTube, the way it works is depending on some channels, it's just like run them up, and then as soon as that trend dies, we over that. We go into the next thing.
Okay.
And then there's some channels that's like evergreen. They're just gonna get views for a long time. So a little bit to do with that. Some things I'm just not interested in anymore. Some teams kind of just fell off and wasn't doing too great. And for the most part, just me kind of focusing on what's really working now instead of just spreading myself and my team thin on all these different projects and just focus on what's really generating the most revenue.
For sure.
Okay, so what was going through your mind when you decided to create a faceless channel?
Well, I was super spread thin. I had 2 different channels. I had a channel with 500,000 subscribers, and I had another channel with like 200,000 subscribers. And at the point in time, I was just like, yo, like, I got too much going on, and I need to figure out a way to scale this business. I need to figure out a way to take myself out of the process. And so the way I was able to do that was discovering the whole YouTube automation business model, where I could essentially hire the whole entire people to do it for me, and I could take myself out of the process. So that's what drove me. I was almost forced into doing it. Like I had to do it just off the strength of me needing more people to make more money, because I could no longer just keep doing it myself.
Okay.
How did you even get into the whole realm of content creation?
Yeah, like what made you think, oh, let me start a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
So I'm super creative. Like in high school, I took this class. It was like an art class. It was like a digital arts. I think that's what it was called. And I was learning Photoshop and all kind of like softwares on the computer. And I just got this bug. Like I just really got like addicted to like creating stuff. Like I didn't know how creative I was. And in that class, and this was like a 12th grade class, I wasn't even supposed to be in there. I was supposed to be in there like 9th grade, but they forgot to give it to me some weird stuff. So they gave it to me too late. And I just said, you know, if I had a choice, I'm gonna just choose this class. So I chose it. And so every hour, and it was like the last like hour before we about to get out of school, I would just be in there creating digital art. And I remember I like made this Lambo, and it was like reddish orange, and then they like put it on a wall in the hallway type. Crazy, right? And they was really like praising my artwork. And so I had realized like, dang, like I'm really creative, but I didn't know it. And so that transitioned into me. I used to go to my cousin's house in Fontana. I used to go over there, spend a night, and he would have this Apple MacBook. And you know, the old one, the white one with the like Apple on it. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Y'all probably don't. Y'all young over here. So but it was like, he was like, yeah, I got GarageBand on here, and I got iMovie, and I just used to play with it and stuff. And then I was like, yo, I like this. Like, I really like doing it. And so one time, I'm a big gamer. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm a huge gamer. And so I said to myself, like, yo, what if I like made like a gaming video or something like that, like with my gameplay? So I used to play a lot of Halo. And my first video I ever edited, I remember I was on iMovie. I was playing with it. And I threw the Halo videos on there, and I just posted it on YouTube. It ain't do nothing, but I just was like, yo, this is really cool. I was really interested in doing it. So that's what kind of gave me that bug. It was that class. Like, I know I was super into like just creation of like content and stuff. And that just had me going crazy after that.
Halo is definitely a good game.
Yeah, bro. Nah, but that's my childhood.
So for me, I definitely was in the same spot. When I was in high school, I started to, at first I wanted to be a surgeon. So I wanted to do BBLs, all that stuff. But I was like, that's not going to work out for me. So I had gotten into the content creation space as well, of just creating pranks, doing a lot of like entertainment videos, vlogs, all that stuff. Right. And so you had went into gaming. What is it about gaming that specifically drives the interest into a viewer to want to watch? Because they can play games too. So it's like, what about it that...
Well, I was more so when I first started and before I automated everything, I was a tutorial content creator.
Okay.
So that's what really drove them to want to do like, you know, watch the videos because I'm incentivizing them to watch it because I'm teaching you how to do something. So backstory, I was doing GTA content, GTA online content.
Okay.
I'm teaching people how to make money online, right? So I'm doing those style of videos. Number one, I know people need to make money on the game because you got to buy a house, you got to buy Lambos, you got to buy helicopters, you got to buy clubs, you got to buy everything, right?
No, for
So
real.
I'm like, yo, I could leverage that, but not even looking at it like that. Just on something like, yo, I know how to really run up a bag in this game.
Yeah.
And I can teach you how to do the same. And so that's what drove my viewers to click on the video, just knowing that, yo, when I click on this video, I'm gonna learn how to make a lot of money on this game. And so that's kind of what draws it. Now, as far as entertainment wise and why people watch it for that aspect, because I watch those videos all the time, I think it's more so just like a relaxing type of thing, like something you just do when you chilling. Like I ain't gonna lie, when I'm sitting at the dinner table, you know what I'm saying, and we just chilling, maybe I'm having a light meal, I'll pull my phone out and put it on there and just start watching like gaming videos about what's going on in certain games, or just watching gameplay just to see how somebody going crazy in a game. And then that's just kind of how, you know, I enjoy it. But that's like entertainment, like that's like chow down, just chill and relax. So I can see that's two ways of people watching it. Maybe to get good at the game, I can see it being that way too. But I think the priority too is just really, me personally, I've seen the most views from tutorial content because people always going to know how to do something on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, it's Jada from Growing Painz Podcast, and guess what? We are now offering ad placements for our episodes. So if you have shoes, candles, wigs, food, whatever it may be, if you want to see it featured on an episode, all you have to do is email us and ask about our sponsorship ad placement packages, and we'll send that information over to you. Now back to the episode.
Something I like about your story, and something that we actually talk about a lot, is how stuff we do now actually started when we were younger. So it's like the seed was in us, and it's like we started small growing up, and you do small things, and it eventually leads to what we do now, right?
Exactly. It's crazy.
So before you started selling channels, did you ever work a job, or like what experience did you have before?
Yeah, no, I worked a couple jobs. I worked like 3 jobs. I had a job at Sears. No, I actually worked like 4 jobs. So my first job was like Abercrombie and Fitch, kids. My homie was like a homie hookup. Went to the mall, did a little interview, walked into the elevator. Literally right after the interview, my homie called me like, yeah, they told me you did your interview. The lady called me, was like, yo, you got the job. Showed up to the job on the first date. I had 3 hours. And they never called me back. Like I did good, but they was just like, it was like they had too many people. Like I was like on call, it was weird. The first job check was like $30. Then after that,
Not $30.
yeah, it was. I don't even consider that a job, but that was like my first job, like retail. And then after that, I started working at Sears, the appliance store, and just run up a bag in sales on that. Then from there, I went to Macy's, and then at Macy's is where I really discovered like, yo, this is a cycle of like me just going from job to job, trying to get the next big hourly pay, trying to get the next big position. And so, yeah, that's really what like kind of drove me out of there. Like I just was like, man, I know I'm not going to be successful in college, right? I know I'm not going to go for like this big degree, right? But I know also that the 9-to-5 route, climbing the corporate ladder, is not going to be as easy as I think. And even when I get to the top, is it going to be worth it?
Yeah.
So that's really what like my background was there, like just working them jobs and just realizing that it wasn't it.
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, you said you did a sales job. Do you feel like that helps you now, like with what you do, or like how do you feel like it's impacted
I'm very
you now?
persuasive.
Okay.
Like I'm like I got a mouthpiece. Like that's what we say in LA. Like you got a mouthpiece. I can sell air to a fish that swims in water if I needed to. So I think it really helped me there. Just learning the skill of negotiation and the skill of like just like, you know, showing somebody what they need and being able to market it in a way that they need it. Yeah.
Were you intentionally focusing on how to learn and grasp that skill while working those jobs, or was it just
something you realized
I think
you got
it was
later?
just an undiscovered talent. Like just something that naturally came. Like I just like, okay, I know that this appliance has this commission on it. How do I get this person to walk from the $900 fridge to the $4,000 fridge, right? How do I play on the needs of what they need? How do I ask them the specific questions that's going to give me an answer to where I can go in and say, hey, well, I think you need something like this. I think you need something like this. How do I get them to actually want warranty on this product, right? How do I explain it? Well, now you know you got a $4,000 refrigerator. You're going to need like some insurance on it or whatever, or some warranty, because if it break down, guess how much you got to come out of pocket if you got this protection plan, you already spending this amount, you might as well get the protection plan. It's gonna protect you, and you ain't gonna have to come out of pocket anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just
as you're in this content creation space, right? And you know, when content creation first started, or it's always been there, but the more you are able to, you know, monetize it and all of that stuff, before it wasn't really a thing, where now if you ask kids what do they want to do when they grow up, they want to be content creators. And so what is it that your circle or your surrounding people were telling you during that time as you're getting into the space?
Bro, don't do it. It was telling me don't do it. I remember I was on the couch with one of my old homies back in high school, and we was in college at the time, and I was sitting on a laptop, and I know y'all know, probably heard of Pretty Boy Fredo at the time when he was just like at the top, and I think he got like a Camaro or something. And I remember just sitting on the couch like, bro, this is going to be me, bro. Like, I'm about to do this YouTube thing. Like, this is going to be me. Da-da-da. And I remember him just sitting there like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, why are you going to do that? Like, this, it was like, bro, it's not going to happen or whatever. And so it was stuff like that. My parents, I didn't even tell them until I got my first plaque. Like, because I got, my dad's African, right? And so I already know how that goes.
I always hear that's a different type of.
That's a different type of parent right there. That's like, if you don't go to school, you get out my house, you get all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he on some, if you get a tattoo, don't show up to my funeral. So imagine me trying to tell him I ain't finna go to school, I'm finna do this YouTube thing. So I wanted to get a plaque first, so that way I can kind of show them firsthand, like, yo, I got something to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing and then have no success for it. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole thing. But yeah, my surrounding people was just kind of like, you know, my wife was supporting it for sure. She was like really supporting it. Like, she was helping me for real. Really just focused on doing it because it changed our life for real, and she been there since. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just one of those things where some people, it was like only a few people that supported it, and there was people that just was like, there's no way you're gonna become the next big YouTuber. And so I was just like, okay, yeah, we can figure it out.
I see.
No,
So what was your wife saying about it during that? Well, not what was she saying about it, but how long have y'all been together? What's y'all dynamic?
Man, so we got together in 2015. But the funny thing about my wife is she went to middle school with my cousin, and y'all probably don't know this thing. It's called AIM, right? It's like a instant messenger. And back in the day, like the AIM days, dang, I'm just showing my age for it. But the AIM days, we used to like aim each other. Like, that was like our way of like connect. Like, y'all probably heard of Kick. Right, that's that back. We had AIM, right, sidekicks and all that. So we used to be like aiming people, and so my cousin was like, "Yeah, this is girl that go to my school." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let me, boom." So I'm like, "I'm gonna aim her or whatever." Never, ever, ever opened it. Right, like did not pay me no mind. And so I seen her working at Forever 21 one day. I didn't like, you know, play my cards that day because I was like, "Look, I got one shot at this. If she tell me no in person, I'm not gonna be able to get at her. So I'm gonna just, you know, let her check me out, whatever, and boom." And so she checked me out, and then I went to my homie house, and I'm calling my cousin like, "Bro, I just seen this girl, register, she's bad, who, like, I remember her, but I don't remember her name." He like, "Bro, I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Bro, what do you mean?" And so I don't know how I remember her name. It was just a super, super unique name. Her name was Cherish. So it was super unique, and I remembered it. And I just looked up on Instagram. I was like, okay, cool. We friends of friends, so I know I'm going to find her. So I looked her up on Instagram, shot her a DM, and it was history.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you know what I'm saying? That's how I met my wife, you know what I'm saying? But look, then after that, we linked up, and I was like, "Yo, I used to aim you." And she was like, "No, you didn't." She signed into her aim, and she saw unread messages from me from middle school. Like,
that's crazy.
That joint was crazy. So yeah, that's how I've been. And yeah, she been down since. Like,
okay,
that's
like,
beautiful.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to the whole content space, what tips do you have for somebody that's trying to monetize their channel and grow it?
So number one, you always got to stay consistent. If you're not consistent with this, number one, what's going to happen is you're not going to see results as fast as you would normally do if you were consistent. Number two, you just got to be super confident, right? We was talking about earlier, like how, you know, when we sit in front of camera, we talking and we feel afraid to do that because we don't know who we talking to. Like, we don't got an audience, right? But I learned that you have to have the confidence to say, you know what? I know I don't have nobody watch me right now, but what I do know is I'm making this content for somebody that's going to watch it. I know the millions of people ain't came to the show yet, but they coming. So if you stay confident, you have that mindset, you're going to get to that next level. And the third tip I have, it's my favorite tip, is just being patient. Like, everything in life I got was for me being patient, especially on YouTube. You're going to drop a video today, that joint may say 10 out of 10, right? But if you give it a month, it might say 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10, because now, you know, videos don't instantly go viral. Sometimes it takes time for them to show up. Yeah. And so that's my 3 tips. Just always stay consistent, stay confident, and, you know, just always be patient with every single piece of content you put out there, because it's going to do its thing in time.
Okay. Yeah. Those are some good tips.
Do you believe, do you have a question?
Yeah, we could go.
Okay, I just want to ask one more question. Yeah. Do you believe like it's important to like create an alter ego to like get monetized or do well? Because it's a lot of people in the content space that aren't who they say they are.
Nah. I feel like if you're acting on videos, then that's cool, but I would just always say if the channel's based around you, just be yourself. Like, because guess what? At the end of the day, like your alter ego, whatever you're creating, it's not gonna outlive, because eventually you're gonna get tired of being that person or that character that you're portraying yourself to be. So you always want to be yourself, because if people fall in love with you for you, guess what? You're gonna be you forever.
Exactly.
Right. So it's sustainable, opposed to you trying to be something that you're not. So I don't think alter egos really like play a big role in the content creation, but I know there's a lot of people out there that do, but I always see it crumble and they end up having to come out like, yeah, this is not really who I am.
Yeah.
So
do you feel like you show up on the different channels? Do you feel as though you have to, in a sense, change how you act or approach the audience on the channels? You say you have 30 channels and now you are working with like 7 roughly. So do you feel as though you have to change in a sense for each one?
Yeah, so it all depends on the audience, right? So for example, my NBA channel, I have a urban guy on there. His name Roberto.
Hey y'all, what's up? I know you're enjoying the episode, but real quick, we wanted to take a second to talk to y'all.
Hey, pull out your phones right now and text the word GP Crew to the number down below. Let's get it.
Go do that right now. You're going to get updates about new drops, events, and so much more.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let me get back behind the camera. Let's get it.
We call him Berto, but he's on there, and what he does is he brings this like almost like a super urban, super like alive animated person, right? And so I know that's what I'm looking for on that type of channel, right? Yeah. But then I have this whole anime channel that we just got, right? Videos like $42 and it's super cheap, but it's making a lot of money. But right, I don't know nothing about anime, but I know that the voice actor has to be very nonchalant, very like mellow, like tone, like they can't be just super animated, because that's not what people are coming to see those videos for, right? Yeah. So for all these different channels, you have to kind of like, you know, understand the person you're hiring for these roles and the audience that you're actually trying to get in front of, because if you don't, then people gonna click on the video and just be like thrown off, like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. You know?
That's cool. It's like really strategy behind it.
Oh, yeah.
You basically have to make sure the target audience like fits whoever you're choosing to like be over that channel and speak for that channel. It's like you're not just saying, oh, I want to do this type of channel, let me just pick somebody to run it. It's like a lot of strategy that goes into it. So what does that look like, you putting together your strategy? And
yeah, so when it comes to team building with YouTube automation, all you're doing is finding a script writer, a voiceover artist, a video editor, and a thumbnail artist. You are only responsible for 2 pieces in the puzzle, which is the video idea and the upload and optimization. Video ideas, super easy, because it's millions of videos on YouTube already, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to be innovative. You could just take inspiration and make those videos better. So getting a video idea is super easy, right? But when you're going through this entire process, a biggest strategy I have to this day is getting sampled content, because most people don't understand the biggest piece of the puzzle is the team. If you don't have a good team, you're not going to have good content. You don't have good content, you're not going to get views, you're not going to make money. So it all starts from that team, right? So when you're hitting up that script writer, hey, can you send me a summary or a small paragraph of how you write, just a sample, right? And they'll do it. If they won't work, they're going to do it. If they don't do it, then that's not a good person to even go with. Your voice actor, they already have like snippets of how their voice sounds, but maybe you're looking for something more specific. Ask them for a 15-second sample of their voice and this specific way of narrating this script, right? You can even send them the sample script that the person gave you. Then from there, what you do is with the video editor is get a 30-second, clip sample of what they do specifically to what you're asking them to do. If it fits the job, you can hire them, right? And then finally, the thumbnail artist, just have them do a sample of a piece of thumbnail that you want. Send them a picture of you if you're showing your face. If you're not showing your face, send them a sample from a channel that's doing really well, that has a video blowing up, and you could take that thumbnail and just literally send it to them and say, hey, I want to see if you can recreate this. If you can recreate this thumbnail, and they're not gonna think you trying to take a free thumbnail because you sent them one. If you want to take the thumbnail, you could just take the one you sent them.
Right.
So send it to them and say, hey, can you recreate this thumbnail for me and just make it exactly how I saw it on here. If they can do it, if it's perfect, guess what? You got a thumbnail artist. So those 4 things, those 4 team members are so important and so vital. I see that with most of my clients that get results. It's not necessarily that they just had this magical, algorithm hack. It's more so that they had a really good team that made a really good video and the audience enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Well,
I actually do YouTube thumbnails and edit videos. And so how do you feel about, because I'm more so on the entertainment side. Right. I haven't really stepped in all the way with like gaming, but I do the content creation, the entertainment side where they do vlogs and like pranks and different stuff like that. And so how do you feel about people who don't have teams and then they put the pressure on the people that they do work for? So for example, a lot of clients, they'll sometimes come to me and they're like, I need this thumbnail in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or they'll send a video and they'll send it at midnight and expecting me to have it done the next day. So how do you strategically plan out what days you're going to post? When are you providing it to your team and all that stuff?
Yeah. So that's where we go back to that one tip, patience. You gotta, when you hit your team up, you have to already know what is expected, right? You got to already understand, like, what their deliverable is. So if I know I hired a video editor that probably can't get me the video for about 2 to 3 days, and that's typically what I see, 2 to 3 days, then I'm perfectly fine with it. I never will hit my team on something like I need it right now. If I needed something like that, then I would hire for that, like a person that says, like, my thumbnail artist, he can give me a thumbnail in 3 hours. Yeah, like anytime, any day, doesn't matter. Right. And so what I do is I batch create thumbnails on my strategy board and everything, and I send it to him, and then he gets it back to me within 3 hours or within a day if it's more than one thumbnail. Right. And so you just really got to hire who you can expect to do that work. But I know what you're saying, because I used to be like that. I used to hit people up like, yo, bro, I need a thumbnail like right now. Like I just did the video. Like I'll do the whole video, have it edited, ready to upload, and then I go hit bro like, yo, look, here's a screenshot, bro. Just maybe thumbnail real quick. And I just be sitting there like, dang, bro, like why they taking so long? Not knowing they got so many clients already. And just being super selfish. And so, I definitely know that feeling, being on the other side. And I can also understand being on the side of the creators, like just the person making the content for you. So, I just say, like, hire people that you can expect a specific time frame to get your stuff back. And then if you are somebody doing the work, just make it very clear, hey, I can get you this thumbnail in a day. If you want it any sooner than that, you got to charge them that fee.
No, for real.
And even what you said about patience, I'm even learning that, because before I would edit the whole video, do the thumbnail, try to do a clip, like a teaser, a recap for the video. And then I started listening to you and other people who are in the content creation space, where they're like, we have teams that do this. It's not just all on one person, because there's so much thought that goes into that YouTube thumbnail. For my business, Royalty Made It, you have to do the thumbnail. You have to make sure the lighting is good, that the message is sold. You may not always need text. And also, I would say listening to your listening to your designer, what they may have tips that, because they're specifically and intentionally learning that for sure. So you're saying, put a whole like somebody have suggested for me to put at least like 7 to 8 words on the title for the thumbnail. And I'm like, bro, that's too much. Sometimes you don't even need that. For example, you'll see Mr. Beast and his thumbnails, it can convey a message just with no text at all. So I would definitely say with the team, it takes patience. And even when I'm in the process of hiring, I have to be patient. Not everybody, I can knock out thumbnails in 30 minutes to an hour. Like you said, your editor does it in 3 hours. I can as well. But they have the content creator has to realize that they have to be patient. They're not the only customer. Right. And so if you want a good outcome, you also have to take good pictures as well.
No, me. So you can't be sending no like
dark light and
then be expecting it to come out amazing. Like, that's one thing that I always learn. And I what I really will tell like my clients today is, I know the thumbnail part of the process always seems to fall on the end, but I learned too that when you make the thumbnail first, then it's way easier to tell a story behind it, right? When you do the whole video, because imagine we do a whole video, the quality is amazing, right? Like this is the best video. We worked on this video for days, and then we get to the thumbnail at the end of the upload on the dashboard, and it says upload a custom thumbnail, right? And you're like, oh, I'll just choose something from the middle of the video or something like that. Right. Like crazy. Or like, oh, a thumbnail? What? It's fine. Like people really think like that. Like they don't understand how important it is. Yeah. So I always tell people like you have to make sure that's the first thing you do. Really? Because if you don't do that, oh my goodness. Like if you treat that like a 5-minute job, the video is not gonna do well at all.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's literally the first impression.
No, definitely. So you mentioned team. Where were you at with YouTube when you decided, okay, it's time for me to get a team?
Man, I was like I said, like 500,000 subs on one gaming channel, trying to do everything under the sun, trying to make sure all the updates, videos are done and all that stuff. Then on my other channel with 200,000 subs, I was like doing like gaming content, but it was like variety. So like I had like Call of Duty videos, Fortnite videos, GTA videos, all on one channel, but it was still doing good. But I was just doing all of it. I remember one day I literally sat down and was recording so many videos, and I uploaded like 3 or 4 videos in a day. And it just hit me like, yo, I can't do this. Like, like it's making money, but it's like I'm spreading myself so thin. Like I got a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? I got stuff I got going on. I need to be there for my family, and there's no way that I can scale this business if I'm so poured into these 2 channels. Like it's getting to a point to where I'm staying up 3-4 in the morning making videos.
Oh,
like,
dang.
I'm like, nah. I'm like, money's good, and I get to be at home all the time, but nah. So literally dove into that, and that's really when I like jumped into the whole team building process.
Yeah. So with you spending so much time, what did your work-life balance look like during that time? You said you had a kid and a wife. Like how realistically, like how much time were you spending on YouTube versus how much time you got to spend like on your actual life?
I was having a hard time. I ain't gonna lie. My wife on my head. You know what I'm saying? That's always been a thing though, because I'm a workaholic just by nature, because my dad is a workaholic. So like I used to literally see my dad work till like 3 in the morning, wake up at 6 and do it all over again. And I just got that work ethic instilled in me just from seeing it. And so it was a little, you know what I'm saying? But I got better. You know what I'm saying? I got way better. And I think my wife would agree. But yeah, for sure. Like, and at that time, it was certain days it was like, I got to work on videos today. I can't do nothing today. I help as much as I can, but like, I was just tied up with those videos. But that's really what put me to that point where it's like, okay, now we need to make this more automated. So I ain't got to worry about, putting my family to the side to focus on a YouTube video. Like that's how I was like looking at it, So even though it's bringing in the bread, I'm just like, there's way more, people out there that can do a better job than me. There's more people that's smarter than me that can put together a better video than me. Why am I sitting here trying to, make this work in my current situation when I can just outsource it and make it better?
Right. Yeah. So something that I realized, or something that I actually tell people, is like whatever you start something, it's going to take time to grow. When you plant a seed, you got to water it, tend to it, care for it, and then over a few months, then you'll start to see the fruits of your labor. So what's the average time span you realize it takes to monetize a channel?
Oh, I'm laughing because so my clients, typically I've been seeing a lot of them pop out monetized in like 2 weeks. I think last week somebody got monetized. I think it was Butter. He got monetized in like a couple of days or something like that. But typically to get monetized, it really just all depends on the niche and the topic. It's not really a long process. It really is just one solid video that kind of takes off and gets those views, and then the subscribers roll in with it. But I will say that, if you're just somebody that's freshly new and you haven't got any, experience or learned anything about YouTube, it could take you a cool minute, 6, 7, 8 months, right? Depending on who you are and your work ethic with the channel. But a lot of that comes from people just dabbling in it, giving up, and then saying, I want to try again. And then that's why it takes them so long. If you stay on it, but if you stay on it and you like stay consistent with it, like I said, like a lot of my clients, like the ones that are monetized, they got monetized like 2 weeks, like literally, like good. Like just jumping on there and doing what works. Like seeing what's relevant, right, and then putting the content out that is similar to it, and literally get in front of the same audience that other channels get in front of. So it really is just one video though. If you think about it,
one video.
That one video can change your life.
All it takes.
That's what with my channel. That's actually what happened. So I said I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and then within 2 to 3 months, I had hit like 10K subs from one video that I didn't mean to post at that time. I just so happened to fall asleep. The video uploaded at midnight. I woke up and the views were like climbing the whole entire day. So then my subscribers were climbing. And so the thing that you said about consistency is you need people to post consistent. And I think this is one thing that I always say: if you're getting 100 views on a video and you can't fit 100 people in your house, you should be grateful for those 100 views and feed to that audience, because they're going to tell other people. So what would you say to because I do feel as though content creators or beginner content creators, they get caught up on the numbers or what people in the outside world may think. Wallow, I just see him yesterday, and what he was saying is there's 1 billion people on this world, and so you don't know who you may see the video. You don't know when your video may pick up. And so with that being said, what would you say to the content creator that feels as though they need to have a camera, they need to have a laptop and everything else in order to get started?
Yeah, definitely you don't. Because I remember what I had. I had my Xbox that was used, right? Used Xbox that I bought from GameStop. A TV that my wife's mom gave us. And I had to get an Elgato capture card from like OfferUp, this app called OfferUp. Y'all may know what that is. Had to buy it for like $60, and then I had to trade some Yeezys I had from my Apple laptop. Like I ain't have it, right? And so, but before that, even before that, I was still leveraging my phone to get my first, couple thousand views and go crazy. My first video that went viral, I didn't have any of that stuff. Like literally my first viral video, like it supplied all that. But I would say though, like just most people make excuses to just get started with something. Don't make any excuses. Yeah. You can't make an excuse. Like you literally can't. I'm telling you right now, because I did make excuses, but then when I finally got started, it took off and changed my life. Like, I laugh because like if I look at my life right now in this current moment and compare it to the first day I posted my first viral YouTube video, it's crazy. Like it's crazy how fast, and I say fast, it's been a lot of years, but it's fast to me because it was like I could blink my eye and literally yesterday I literally could be right where I was. So it's crazy. I would just say really just to, do what you have. And when you finally do get that laptop and you do get the things that you need, just keep on, leveraging it. And then when you do get that first viral video, even if you don't have a laptop or whatever, reinvest back into the business, reinvest back into the channel. You know what I'm saying? I still reinvest back into my channels every single time I get like a fat check from my channels. I put it right back in there. And so just never stop reinvesting in yourself and in your business and in your YouTube channel. Because a lot of times what happens is YouTube money, like I always say, this is like lottery money, right? It's people that's working 9 to 5s and they're trading their time for money, right? There's nothing wrong with 9 to 5s, I'm not saying that, but they're trading their time for money. And because they're trading their time for money, imagine your YouTube videos making you like $5,000 in a month. You can't even fathom that $5,000 just came from social media. Like you can't even fathom it. If you're trading time, like you were trading time for money, you're like, man, like I ain't putting no time into this. Like it was just a few videos that went up and I made, you know what I'm saying? So I always would say just like, always just have that mindset that when you start making that money, reinvest back into it, because it's going to come over. It's not going to come overnight, but when it does come, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to really understand like, yo, this is something I got to do because I wanted to keep growing. If I would have took my first YouTube check and blew it on whatever I was trying to do, I'm not going to be where I'm at today. So.
That's really good, because I remember when I made my first YouTube video, I had propped my lamp up and I leaned it and I set it up and then I put my phone right there.
Sneaker boxes.
It was good lighting though. I'm like, I really don't need a ring light. But I was wanted to ask you, like, what's the long-term vision, like, for maybe your channels? Do you plan on maybe going to another platform or starting something else?
I'm on YouTube for life. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it like real estate, like digital real estate. I sold a channel before for over $100,000. And so with all these channels that I'm building up right now, it's really just scale up and then exit. So I'm building a huge portfolio of YouTube channels, and eventually one day I'm pretty sure somebody's going to offer me a lot of money for it. I don't know if you guys heard what happened to Mr. Beast. Somebody actually offered him $1 billion for his channel, and so that's something that really inspired me. But you know, I got 2 kids. I got a son and a daughter. And I'm already knowing they probably about to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm not going to force them to do it, but they going to be seeing me do it. And they just going to naturally want to do it. So, you know, maybe this could be something for them to continue to grow. Because I already know, like, YouTube and Google is outliving me. I'm not living longer than YouTube and Google. And if anybody thinks they are, hey, that's on you. But that's what I always say, like, this is for a lifetime. So I'm going to treat it like that, and I'm going to keep on building it until it gets to that level to where I either sell it or just keep on scaling it.
So you don't stream on, like, Twitch or anything?
That's what I was going to ask you.
Or do you happen to stream on YouTube by any chance?
So like I used to, and I'm actually a verified Twitch streamer. Not my name, but like one of my gaming channels. Yeah, I'm like a verified Twitch streamer, which is crazy. So I don't stream on there no more, but I low-key want to go on there and like change it to like my name and then just kind of stream entrepreneur stuff. But it's just some thought I got in mind because nobody really streams about entrepreneurship on there.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
But I don't want to lose my verification check, so I don't.
Or you would lose it from that?
I don't know. If you change the name, I think maybe on Twitch they'll take the check. But,
okay.
So it's a whole YouTube and Twitch is a whole different dynamic.
Oh yeah, different.
What have you learned from the two? That's the two main differences.
Well, with YouTube, because it's just the video aspect, it has more sustainability. I feel like with Twitch, you kind of some people argue that you don't get lucky, but I feel like most Twitch streamers today that are really big, what they did was they leveraged their YouTube subscribers and their following. They took it over to Twitch and they blew it up. But imagine coming to Twitch with none of that and just trying to grow from Twitch. It's really hard to get up on that viewer list. And even in these days, because Twitch is primarily for gamers, you got to be so good at the game. And even if you're that good at the game,
your personality.
Yeah. So it's not about just being good at the game no more. Like you got to really be like entertaining.
Yeah. So how would you say that? Do you know who Cenat is? How would you say that he has maintained it? Because from what I don't watch all of his streams, but from what I see, it don't seem like he's always playing games all the time.
Nah, it's his personality, bro. Like Kai is a great guy. Kai goes crazy, but it's really just from him building that likeness, right? People like him. And that's what I always tell people: if you're gonna put your face on camera, don't make the channel about what you're doing. Make it about you. Don't make that stream about what you're doing. Make it about you. People tapping in and I'm about to go kick it with Kai. That's what they thinking. Like I'm about to go kick it with him. So I don't like. That's what I always say. Like just with people, like when you have a personality channel, make it about your personality, not about what you're doing. If you're cooking something on YouTube, make it about you. Don't make it about what you're cooking.
But how do you discern the difference though? Like because if what you're doing is a part of you, how do you make it like
So like, I'm gonna use a great example. So y'all know De'Ara and Ken, and their whole relationship thing. But now they don't got that. But De'Ara still is pulling crazy views and doing her thing. It's because of her personality.
Oh, okay.
De'Ara go like you can watch her video and she gonna do some crazy with her clothes or her nails is gonna be crazy. Or my wife be watching her and I'll be seeing her watch it, and so I just be like, that's a really good example of like being able to like still have that following and still have that type of viewership by just being yourself and basing it around your personality. Everybody knows most people watch those videos because of her. Like she was the person that was keeping like the thing very entertaining. Ken was very laid back, chill. Like he would talk sometimes on the camera, but for the most part, like she was the person that was like super bubbly and just So you just gotta stand out in that way. If your personality stands out, it's gonna be easy for you to switch up the content, right? And do what you want to do, opposed to just being stuck with that one thing.
That's good, because that's actually what I was telling my friends when we were on the phone. They were talking about their personal brand and how you should stick to a niche, but I was telling them like, as your personal brand, people are going to support you for you, not so much what you're doing. Now when it comes to like gaming and different types of niches, when you're playing one game and you're blowing up off that one game and it's because of that game, that's when you have to niche down and just stick to it. You can't like switch it up and try and do so many different things, right? Because you made it about that game, right? Not about your personality. Like the whole channel I had where it was tutorials teaching people how to make money on Grand Theft Auto. They're not gonna care if I pop out and say, yeah, man, I got Lambo. Like they don't care about that. They want to know how to make money in the game. Because it's not about me. It's about what I showed them and how I did it. And I stuck to that and stayed to that. So you're right. When it comes to personal brand, you gotta make it all about your personality. When it comes to a certain topic or what you're doing, you gotta make it about that.
So what about like the content creators? For example, a lot of content creators, they'll build their platforms up off their brand. And then two examples, two of my favorite artists, DDG and Queen Naja, they both have gotten to a point where when they were trying to break in the music industry and make it, this is what I do as a thing. Of course, their audience came over, but how do you feel about getting into something else? And should you just step away? Because that's what they've both done. They stepped away for some time to get respect in the music industry, and then go back when they felt as though the time was right.
That's a great question. I mean, I always think about that. Like, think about specifically DDG and just how he like jumped into the music industry for real, and just always wondered, like, it was like from a personal standpoint from him, was it worth it? Like, is it still worth it? Right? And don't get me wrong, these creators outgrew YouTube.
Yeah,
they outgrew the phase of the vlogs and the pranks and that stuff is done. Like, they can't come back and do it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be the same impact that they had before because it's just a totally different day now, right? Most people that were all vloggers and doing pranks and all that stuff and couples content, they no longer really do that no more. Yeah, it's a different day we're living in, right? People are not really watching that as much as they used to. So I think it was a great pivot. Don't get me wrong, a great career move. But I don't know, if I was in DDG's shoes, would I have went the music route? Probably not. He a dope artist though. He got some dope music. Like I was listening to one of his songs on TikTok, be going crazy. But I don't know. I just feel like there's so many ways you could pivot, right? And it's so many opportunities out here, especially with all the accolades he has with YouTube. I feel like he could have went a different route. But
what route you think he should have took?
Man, he could teach people how to do what he did. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could teach people how to do what he did.
He tried it before on OnlyFans.
But nah, they ain't.
He definitely tried it that way.
Imagine somebody saying, "Hey, mom, I'm gonna go buy DDG's course." Okay, OnlyFans. You just lost a client. But I mean, there's so many ways he could have went. Like, I just like maybe start his own like company of content creators under him, teaching them how to do it.
Yeah, and entertainment.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. He's had that before, but he kind of, I don't know. I get, like you said, they outgrow it because they've been doing it for so long. Especially the couples, it begins to come a thing of like, we want to be private. Who wants to publicize their relationship 24/7?
Yeah.
So like, what is your one of the last questions that's coming to my mind is, what is your essentially like, what would you say to content creators that want to take a break after they've built something? Because you can take a break, but also it's like, do you batch content and post it while you're taking that break, or do you just completely disappear and then have to work your way back up once you're done?
You batch the content, bro. YouTube is a monster, bro. You can't when you start, it's not that you can't, it's not that you can stop, or not, it's not that you cannot stop, but the way that algorithm works is when you slow down on videos, you literally just see a huge decline.
Yeah,
like a huge decline, and then you have to build back up to it when you come back with the videos. If you have a loyal audience, they're gonna pop out and do really well. But for the most people, they don't have that type of audience. So I would say batch your content. When I used to take vacations with my family and stuff, I would make like 10 videos and then have them uploading. Like, we at the mall shopping, but I got videos dropping at certain times and everything like that. I never really took like a break. Now, when I did take a break, that was just like a month where it's like, okay, well, I'm just cool with not making no money this month because I'm not about to be posting videos. So, but I'm saying, if you're really on that grind and you're trying to get to the top of whatever your industry is on YouTube, taking breaks is not, it's not an option.
Yeah, that's actually something I realized for me on TikTok. I was doing really well. I had like a few million or something like that, and I took like a break. And I went back, and I had to build that momentum back up.
It ain't the same. I know how y'all know what you mean.
Yeah. What are some top niches? And this is my last question, and Jada, I don't know if you have a question. But what are like maybe top 3 niches you realize that do really well on YouTube?
So sports, number 1. It's evergreen, and people just love sports. It's like the niches that have that cult following, people that's just all about it, are really good. And I'm gonna say top 3 in 2023, just so everybody can like, because I want to give them that best like. If I give them top 3 niches, they might get on there and be like, this ain't hitting no more. The second niche in 2023 is movie recaps, television recaps. Like, there's so many co-followers, all these shows, and people that's big fans of all these movies and stuff, and they want to see like behind the scenes stuff, not actual behind the scenes, but like theories about what happened in X, Y, and Z, and it gets a lot of views. And then the third one, I'm probably gonna lean towards celebrity news, and I'm gonna give a gem with that. So y'all know like the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, all those pages. Do y'all know that they post viral content every single day? Like posts with millions of views, thousands of hits, right? Likes and all that, right? I always tell people this. Do you know you could take that piece of content, take it over to Fiverr or whatever, tell them, hey, make a video, tell your team to make a video about this, put it on YouTube. It's gonna go crazy.
Oh, that's smart.
People don't even think, and you have an unlimited pool of content because it's getting posted every single day. The Shade Room's not gonna stop posting.
Oh, that's good.
That's actually really smart.
People don't think about it like that though. They don't see it that way. They don't see like, because it's been happening like that all the time. That all these blogs do the same thing, and then people may argue, "Oh, that's copyright infringement." I was like, no, it's not. Because Shade Room posts something, Hollywood Unlocked posts the same thing. They just changed the logo on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And to even step back, they don't even own that content.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's somebody else's life they toying with.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That's
true.
a bar.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, we got a lot of them.
Do you feel like YouTube is a better route than college? I know you said you were going to talk about college before.
So I'm going to tell you this. I went to 3 colleges in LA. I went to El Camino, went to Santa Monica College, and my last college I went to was West LA. I dropped out of I failed out of Elko, I failed out of Santa Monica, and I dropped out of West LA. I failed out of Elko because there was classes that I kept failing, and when you get to a certain point at a college where you're failing too much, they will not allow you to take those classes again, so you got to take it at another college. So I went to the next college, did the same thing, failed out, and in my third college I went to, I just said, nah, forget it, I'm dropping out. I ain't got time for this, right? And so I'm gonna just say it boldly, man. Cause I'm tired of holding it back. I'm tired of holding it back. Bruh, YouTube over college, bruh. Okay. Y'all don't know if y'all remember Tyga's song when he was like, F school, I'm a rapper. F college, I'm a YouTuber. Like, that's literally what I used to say in my head. Like, I used to be in a car with my wife, like, man, I'm done with this. Like, I might just be a YouTuber. Like, and she used to be like, what are you talking? I'm like, I'm about to be a YouTuber. Like, forget school. Yeah. So yeah, I think online business is just better than college. Like, online business is just better than college. That's just what I'm gonna leave it at.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So to end it off, what's one question that we didn't ask you that you wish we would have asked or went over?
Oh, well, I'm sure people gonna want to know how to tap in and like, get this game.
For sure.
And I don't want to be a gatekeeper because we got a lot of those in the A. So definitely, I got a 5-day challenge coming up. You guys can tap in. I'm sure they're gonna link it in the chat below or link it in the description down below. You guys are gonna have the opportunity to spend 5 days with me where I'm literally gonna break down the whole game about YouTube automation, teach you how to build that amazing team that's gonna get you to 6-7 figures passively from your YouTube channel. I'm gonna teach you how to monetize your channel extremely fast in those 5 days. And just out of those 5 days, we're probably gonna do a surprise giveaway. We're gonna try and get some surprise guests on there. We may have spoke about those guests on this show while we was just talking, so you may be able to meet them. And yeah, just a full 5 intimate days on a virtual conference where I'm giving y'all the game about YouTube automation. So if you want to tap in with that, ytachallenge.com or click the link in the description. And if you want to get at me and just hit me up and follow me, it's at David Omari on Instagram.
Yeah,
so
definitely make sure y'all tap in for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And y'all can follow me at Yanni Bradshaw, and y'all can support my Christian streetwear brand at Wise Label.
You can follow me at Roy Travion, and you can support my graphic design creative agency at Royalty Made It without the Y.
And y'all can follow me at I am Jada Ellis on Instagram, and my fashion brand page is at Jael Official.
Yeah, and don't forget to listen to the podcast on Apple Pod, Spotify, all of that.
Like, comment,
subscribe, comment your favorite part, what you learned, all of that stuff, and you could join our text group. It'll be down below. And yeah, we out, y'all. Let's get it.
Definitely subscribe, y'all. Definitely subscrib.
Let's get it.
Subscribe, right? We need them blacks.
For real.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was dope.
That was good.
Y'all got a great podcast, great energy.